Let's get right into it. Number 9. Freeze mode activated. Picture this, you're caught off guard. Nothing cinematic, simply something urgent pops up. A vehicle veers close. An animal runs at you. Someone in charge asks something, you know it's there, deep down. Yet rather than respond smoothly, your body freezes. Like a system crash mid-sentence. Mind blank. Muscles stiff. Quiet panic hums beneath. Screaming inside feels louder than sound. This one's called freeze, not as flashy as fighting or running away. People go on about adrenaline-sharpening reflexes, yet skip how often it just stalls your thoughts completely. Back then, staying motionless had logic. A tiny animal moves, a hunter notices. Game over. Stay limp like debris, maybe you get overlooked. Guess what? Your body still believes it's prey hiding in underbrush. Here's trouble. Staying frozen won't stop today's threats. A vehicle keeps coming regardless. Quiet moments stretch on, heavy and raw. Without warning, your mind shuts down. No plans, no moves, just waiting for things to somehow fix themselves. That freeze hits fast because your gut reaction beats logic every time. Think of it as an overeager helper yanking the emergency switch while the boss sits clueless at a desk. Strange how silence screams inside when everything slows down. Time bends, dragging each second as if thoughts need to load. Questions come afterward, what ran through your mind? But truth is, it was blank, just very intense. Survival instinct? Not helpful. To shut things off instead. When things get tense, your body's alarm system does not step up. Instead, it hides beneath the table, hoping the moment passes soon. Number 8. Confidence crash landing. Ever nail a thing over and over, then choke when someone's watching? Pressure hits and muscle memory stumbles. Speaking, tossing, moving, none of it vanishes. Just notice yourself doing it, and everything slows down. The mind trips on its own feet. Most of the time, instinct takes care of things without help. Your body just does what it knows, leaving your mind free to wander toward lunch ideas. Yet when pressure shows up, the brain suddenly wants control. It pulls automatic actions into full view, questioning each one like a witness who might lie. Wait, do you actually remember how feet move? Suddenly, even standing still feels tricky. What's happening inside the mind? That's choking when things get tense. Attention can only do so much at once. Pressure takes over, grabs hold tight. The body drowns in cortisol, vision shrinks. Skills that run on their own get tangled in too many thoughts. Breathing feels foreign if you try to control every breath. Easy throws get missed by players. Wrong notes slip out when musicians play something basic. Sometimes you say your name wrong when meeting people. That lapse did not happen due to weakness. It happened because your mind kept circling back, too watchful, too close. Strange how it works, chasing victory tighter steals the very gut feelings that lead to winning. The mind craves order, yet order squeezes out the spark needed to leap ahead. Frozen on stage or staring into space during an interview. Here's the truth, your gut didn't leave. It got pinned down by your own mind, heavy and sudden. That pause isn't emptiness. It's a struggle happening behind your eyes. Number 7. Panic logic. Imagine it. A glitch happens, then your mind turns loud. Not thinking, just screaming. Pulse jumps, breath stutters, thoughts twist into worst-case futures. Like maybe nothing ever works again. The rush seems critical, yet it solves absolutely nothing. Out of nowhere, panic shows up when threats loom. Its job is escape, not careful choices. As soon as it takes hold, quick reaction beats correct thinking inside your head. That explains bolting for doors that do not exist, blanking on simple fixes, or picking paths later appearing shockingly wrong. Built around acting first, the setup skips deep thought almost every time. Frozen circuits dim the mind's command center, the zone for choices, calm thoughts, and restraint. Out front, feelings rev its engine without direction or brakes. That does not mean you lose sense then. It just means your inner software switched tracks. Strange how real panic sounds, though. Each idea shows up wearing truth like a badge. Danger here, fix now, believe this, no questions. But belief should wait. Imagine a smoke detector yelling over breakfast, stuck screaming even after the toast turns black and the air sours. Future you will clean up messes today's gut feelings create. That inner voice, it only shouts without thinking ahead. When stress hits hard, clarity fades fast, your mind swaps reason for noise, shouting worries instead of solutions. Number 6. False pattern syndrome. Clouds turn into faces. Coincidences feel like messages. Harmless noise starts whispering threats. That's your mind hunting order where none exists. Most times it works well enough. Predictions come from recognizing repetition. Stress warps that skill, though. Suddenly, every shadow looks intentional. Something breaks. Then the mind leaps to link pieces that do not belong together. A hunch grows into a warning without evidence. One slip morphs into certainty that all will fail soon after. It prefers fiction over confusion, since not knowing is like walking barefoot at night through an empty room. When stress comes around, your mind jumps to conclusions without solid proof. That instinct exists because survival favored caution over comfort. Mistaking a stick for a snake? No big deal back then. Missing the real snake? Game over. Your ancient wiring still runs the show today. Feelings often override facts when things feel off. The past shaped reflexes that ignore small doubts. Now, hunches carry too much weight under strain. This happens because humans stick tighter to poor choices when things go wrong. A tale forms inside the mind, soon guarded like secrets pinned across a basement wall. With that version alive, fresh facts rarely get fair treatment. Instead, they're pulled in to back up what's already believed. Growth stops. Loyalty grows. Strange how worry sharpens every little thing. A chance moment carries weight it shouldn't. A blank face seems to sneer. Quiet becomes accusation. You aren't weighing facts quietly inside. You're racing through shadows expecting traps. Your mind prefers being wrong with certainty over sitting in doubt. It clings to clear answers even when they're flawed. Uncertainty feels worse than error. That is how it works. Number 5. Overreaction Economics. Your body works like a business that burns down its own office whenever trouble hits. Instincts deal with pressure in the same way. Responses do not get adjusted based on need. Instead, they grow far beyond what is necessary. Your body gears up for threats like claws, cliffs, sudden flames, real dangers fast enough to kill. Yet today's stress comes in quiet forms. Pressure piling up, awkward silences, staring at the ceiling wondering what any of it means. The trouble? Your gut reacts as though something wild just burst through the door. Same surge, different century. Heart pounds when that message arrives. Not because of danger, yet it reacts like there is one. Sweat forms over something small, just a ping on screen. Each reaction lives in the moment, sharp and true. What triggers it means less than it seems. Biology treats symbols like they are real. When stress kicks in, fuel burns fast. Action follows because the cost was high. That rush makes words spill out too loud or actions jump ahead without thinking. Energy came through, now motion must answer. Regret often tags along after. Your gut doesn't clear your head, it rushes you, just for the rush. Standing still seems worse than moving, no matter how wrong motion might be. Your gut? It reacts fast but thinks slow. Not a plan, just panic dressed as insight. Number 4. Memory betrayal. Funny how when things really matter, your mind decides to go quiet. It slips away, like it has somewhere else to be. When stress hits, recalling memories gets tough. Try too hard during tense moments, yet access slows like a stuck drawer. That explains vanished exam answers, missing names, forgotten details slipping away right when they matter. Fear chemicals can jam the brain's memory hub, deep inside your head. The data still sits there, untouched. What changes is how you reach it, suddenly clogged, like a road frozen mid-rush. It hits harder when memories show up right after stress fades. Right then, when it's too late, the mind casually offers what you needed before. Like a delayed reply from someone who wasn't listening. Of course you wanted it sooner. That was the whole point. When gut feelings come up short during tough moments, that's normal. Survival matters more to the mind than details, especially when those details are exactly what went wrong. Your mind works fine, yet it shuts down when crisis hits. Number 3. Social instinct sabotage. When pressure builds, you might think talking easier comes naturally. Yet awareness of others slips away fast. Words miss their mark without trying. A single glance does damage instead. Fire catches from silence more than sound. Your survival used to depend on staying close to others. Being cast out meant exposure, hunger, isolation. That history shapes how your mind reacts today. A sharp tone might light up alarm centers just like a fall or burn would. Silence in conversation can feel heavy, urgent, almost dangerous. Even thoughts of being judged real or not can flood your system with tension. When that kicks in, instinct takes over. Safety matters more than understanding. Interruptions slip out. Too much spills at once. Silence clamps down hard. Assumptions paint feedback into corners where there was none. Words get twisted by voice alone. Meaning tangles itself without warning. What lands as sharp often wasn't aimed that way. That's how things escalate fast. When pressure builds, your mind focuses tighter, pulling away from their words toward what you'll say next. Talking? Not really. Inside, it's more like acting out a trial alone, while they stand there confused by your sharp tone. Bizarrely, the urge that's supposed to protect your place in a group ends up hurting connections more than anything else. Instead of pushing back fear of being shut out through tight grip tactics, people grow wary. Tightness reads like stiffness, aloofness, even hostility. Here's what happens when talks go sideways. It isn't about caring too little. The real reason, your mind jumps into survival mode, confusing heart-level threats with life-or-death ones, then takes full control without asking. That shift flips everything. Number 2. Gut feeling delusion. Funny how often we praise that inner voice like it knows secrets hidden deep inside you. Truth is, what feels like instinct is really just memories mixed with habits and feelings from long ago pretending to be sure. Calm moments let instinct work well. Quick recognition of what feels known happens then. Yet pressure changes things. Trust in that inner voice fades. Stress messes up the signals feeding it. Memories soaked in fear jump to the front. The chance something bad will happen seems bigger than reality shows. Something whispers inside you before logic gets involved. It doesn't care about averages or charts. That pull toward caution often comes from imagining the worst outcome clearly. Action follows emotion, not proof. Ever skip a safe bet just because your gut tightened? You trusted an invisible warning more than visible facts. Decisions shift when discomfort speaks louder than data. Most regrets shape up long before reasoning begins. Fast on the neural level, intuition bypasses step-by-step thinking. Its greatest power? How quickly it works, yet that same rush can trip it up. If emotions run high, what feels like a flash of clarity might just be inner noise spilling out. When things feel unclear, leaning on instinct might just be feeding fear dressed up as wisdom. Your gut feelings do not trick you deliberately. Instead, they act certain despite missing pieces of the picture. Number 1. Survival over truth. Your gut feelings? Not built for truth. Survival comes first, always has. Getting things right matters less than staying breathing. Clarity loses every time when instinct takes over. Time reveals truth. Patience holds nuance. But survival doesn't wait. It demands quick moves, sure feelings, tough targets. When pressure builds, the mind cuts corners, slicing life into dangers and responses, regardless of how much harder it gets. Your gut flips against you just when you're counting on it. When pressure builds, what helps is adapting, thinking things through one emotion at a time. But instinct, it locks in, rushes ahead, narrows your view without asking. Not broken, just wrong fit. Running old mind code on today's challenges, then surprised it fails when things get heavy. Here's the good part. Noticing makes a difference. Once you see those gut reactions coming, there's space to stop, take time, then allow cooler thinking to step in. It's not that instincts are wrong. They're just too quick to shout. When your body tenses up, shuts down, or reacts too fast, know this: Survival is its goal, not sabotage. It fights hard to protect you, even when everything feels foreign. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.